as a real estate investor, I was completely broke. I was making $17,000 per year as a personal trainer before I started wholesaling. And I started wholesaling and very rapidly built our team. We built our team to 14 people within our first 8 months of our business. Now, we made a ton of mistakes along the way. So I want to share with you guys today some of the mistakes, some of the pitfalls that you can avoid so that you don't have to walk through those same mistakes. Now, we scaled our team from zero employees to 14 in our first 8 months, from ground zero to 14 employees in our first 8 months. Then we had to retract. We cut half of our team members over the span of 2 weeks because we scaled too quickly. So we're going to go into some of the nitty-gritty details of exactly what kind of pitfalls I want you to avoid, but how to scale in a healthy manner so that you don't have to retract and keep expanding and contracting, because that's not healthy. That's not what healthy growth looks like. I want you to have a constant, steady progress of growth in your business, because if you do, you're going to be way more satisfied. The people that come onto your team are going to be way more satisfied. Y'all are all going to be happier, and you're going to be making a lot more money instead of having to dig a hole that you have to climb out of. I have a mentor of mine, and he says, scale equals freedom. When you scale your business, a lot of us, myself included, I got into real estate because I wanted freedom. I wanted to end the ups and downs of my income that I had experienced my whole life. I wanted to end the paycheck to paycheck living that I had lived my whole life, and I wanted true freedom. Well, true freedom comes from scale. True freedom comes from building out a business that can run without you, so that you aren't tied to having to come in every single day. You've actually got a leveraged team that focuses on each individual position within the company. Before you even start building out your team, there's a couple of things that I want you guys to be aware of. And I really want you to know and understand these principles, because if I would have had somebody that came along and told me these principles before we started our business, it would have saved me so much time, so much stress, so much money. And I wish that I would have had this advice before I started. So first thing that I want to go over, before you even start building out your team, you really have to establish a firm foundation within your business. So at the core, at the base of the foundation, if you were looking at a pyramid, this is what I'm talking about. You got to establish the base. The foundation within your business is marketing and sales systems. A lot of people, they say, yeah, I want to build a team. I want to scale my business. I want to really grow and scale this company, but they don't have solid marketing and sales systems to build that business upon. Because here's what will happen if you don't have marketing and sales systems really dialed in. You're going to plug team members into a broken system. And if you plug team members into a broken system, you could have an A-player team member, a complete rock star team member that is going to either leave you, or they are not going to be effective at their job because your systems are not dialed in. So we have to have proven lead generation channels that are consistently bringing in leads and we're closing deals from those channels. So this is before we even can think about scaling out our team. Before we can even think about scaling out our team, we've got to have proven marketing and sales systems. So we've got to have leads consistently coming into our business, because that's the lifeblood of the business. Your leads are your lifeblood of the business. So without that, it's like the whole business dies. We've got to have that in place first. So this is why we set up our coaching programs, our mentorship programs the way that we do. Very first thing that we help people dial in is their marketing and sales systems. And then we focus on helping them build out their team. If we violate the sequence, rarely ever does it work out. If you violate this sequence, if you go out of order, rarely ever will it work out. Can it work out? Sure. But if you want it to have if you want to have a sure sequence that you can follow that is almost assuredly going to work out for you, here's the sequence that I recommend. First, dial in your marketing and sales systems to a place where you're consistently closing at least one, or at least like 2 to 4 deals per month. If you're not closing 2 to 4 deals per month, you don't have consistent revenue coming in, and you're not going to have any way to support those team members, because those team members need money. You know, those team members need food, need to put food on the table, and they need to have an income and a lifestyle that they want to live. If you don't have consistent deal flow coming in, you can't even think about building out a team. So that's the first thing that you got to have in place. You got to have consistent lead generation. You have to have consistent leads coming into your business every single day. And that it's got to be consistent. It can't be sporadic. It's got to be consistently coming in. And then you've got to have a sales system that consistently converts those leads into deals, which will yield consistent revenue. Once you're producing consistent revenue, that will lead to profitability. And profitability will allow you to start investing into team members. And that's going to be the first thing that will allow you to scale. So once you create marketing and sales system, once you get those established in your business, then that will create profitability. Profitability will allow you to now invest into hiring your rockstar team members.